Alright, welcome in today, folks. I'm Thorgan Ironside, and today we're going to be taking a look at the mod ZeeOgree's Constellation Drop Crate. It's available on Nexus. It's available also on Creations. Yeah, there we go. It's also available on Creations. Let's go ahead and take a look at it here real quick. I'll be hopping over and reading some of this stuff in just a moment, but the real reason I'm wanting to do a live quick look at this is I just hopped on to Nexus to update some mods, and I saw this and I thought, well, I'll just read about it real quick. And as I was reading, I realized it was a collaboration between several mod authors, and that is something that I am on record as being very supportive of, is when the mod authors in the community get together and work together to create something, or to create a framework, or to work on assets together, or anything of that nature. Just anytime the community's coming together as a whole, I'm very supportive of that. And so I saw this, so we're here taking a look at it. I'm just bouncing between the Nexus and the creation pages here so you can kind of get an idea. We're gonna drop this in an outpost and take a look at it. I'm on Denobla 1B. I was actually loading into the game to go ahead and run the Razor Leaf mission, and I saw this, so we're going to put us an outpost on Denobla 1B. We're going to drop this down. We're going to take a look at it, and let's just go ahead and take a look, a couple of pictures from their mod page, get an idea of some of the things that are in it. These are all the images from the Nexus page, but I believe they're the same on the creations page. Gives you a little idea of what's going on. Here, we'll read about it real quick. I'm not going to read it word for word, just get an overview real quick as soon as I remember how to drive. Here we go. Constellation Drop Crate is intended to be a showcase of some scripts and features made by ZeeOgree, Wicked Gaming, Tank Girl, and Downfall Nemesis. It's a pretty nifty thing to have in your outpost too. The Drop Crate is an outpost buildable vendor terminal and multi-workbench terminal. The drop facility has 2 reactors, all 4 types of storage, multi-bench terminal, vendor terminal on the front, and a navigation table and a bed. And if you have Dark Star, it's going to have some additional functionality, which I don't have Dark Star, so I won't be able to showcase that, but I'm sure there will be other reviewers today that will. Uh, Also, if you have SKK Universal Stash, it'll also automatically build the transfer container and production container and hook it up to the provided storage containers, which I also don't use SKK Universal Stash, which is nothing wrong with that, or Dark Star, both perfectly excellent mods. I'm just not utilizing them. They are releasing this under the MIT license, and that has some information. You can hop over there and read that. And then it's going to go down here and talk about who did what. And we might come back to that, and I might read some of that in a minute. But let's hop over here and take a look at it in game. So let's build it. So I've just dropped, all I've done is I'm here on Denobla 1B. Not exactly where the Mantis lair is, but on the same planet. I just didn't want to build it in that region. So I found me a cool little, basically a caldera. It's up on top of this hill. Got a nice little sunken base in here. So we're going to make us an outpost. We've dropped us an outpost beacon. See, here we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and put it in. Let's find it here in the outpost menu. I didn't even look to see where it would be. I'm going to guess it's going to be under miscellaneous. I should have looked, should have read, should have something. But I'm sure it's in here somewhere. It's not like I don't have 2 billion different things in my outposts. So you got the outpost bar, being Betamax, gallery, better living, Nemo's, tower, vending, sleep crate, blah 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 blah. Good Lord, I have a lot of stuff in here. Well, somewhere, maybe. We've built us an outpost. Aha, there it is. In the structures, Constellation Locator, Beacon Drop Crate. Constellation Outpost Drop Facilities right below that. Let's get in a different view here. Alright. So let's find a spot where it'll plop it. Maybe we had to put the Constellation Locator Beacon Drop Crate thing down first. We'll try that. And I don't know if it requires additional. We'll give it a decent size area here to do whatever it's going to do. We'll put it beside our outpost beacon. Alright, it's a 2-click build. Alright. Alright, looks like we got us some scripts loading in here. We got a CS buildable. Got a bunch of scripts that just popped off. You know what, as I'm reading all these scripts that are rolling off, it's pretty neat that you're going to have some mod out there on Xbox that's got all kinds of scripting on it. That's pretty neat. Now can I build this thing? Why can I not build this thing? Oh, there we go. Found us a spot the game likes. We'll build it right here. It's also on a 2-click build, so let's throw a 2-click build on it. Alright, we got anything else in here? Now we'll actually build this. We might mess around here and make us a quick little outpost after we take a look at this while we're here on stream. Let's slide this over here somewhere. I'm just looking to see if there's other stuff in here. Oh, we got kind of a... Oh, okay. So that's the war table. Let's go ahead and build the war table up here. Oh, I like that. I don't know what it does, but I like it. And we got us a fish tank. So we're going to be putting us up a fish tank here. Not exactly sure where I want to put that. Well, for now, we're just going to put it right up here for now. It's like, check it out. We got us a fish tank we can look at. And I'll be taking a look and see what functionalities these bring. I haven't looked at it at all. Literally, I made the cannot build item missing resources. What resources am I missing? Alright, well, what resources does it take to build it? Cannot build, missing resources. That's probably some instructions or something in here somewhere. We'll go take a look inside the thing. Like I said, I've not looked at this, so there's very well information that I don't have. Like I said, I just saw that it was a mod created by multiple mod authors in the community working together. I downloaded it, and here we are. All I did was make the title thing for the stream, found a location, the smacking outpost down, and here we are. So if this turns out to be the worst review ever, remember it is a complete live look and about as quick into something as you can get. I should have... Alright, what we got? We got some Dark Star multi-bench activator. Well, I do not use Dark Star, which I no offense to Dark Star, I've not implemented that system. I do intend to do a load order and a playthrough using the Dark Star system because I think it's interesting, but I've not implemented that yet. That's probably a future series. I plan on playing Starfield for years, so we got ZeeOgree's Outpost Management Terminal there. ZeeOgree's Outpost Management Terminal. Hey, Tommy. Hey, Tommy. There we go. Alright, we got us a bed. We can sleep here. This looks really cool. Alright. Looking to see if anything has any functionality that I'm missing. We got us a bed. Got us a nav table. Outpost construction guide. That's pretty cool. I have that series of I have the mod that come from, the little poster series. I like that. I gotta at some point in time, A, quit vaping, but B, remember to quit vaping on stream. I'm sure it sounds nasty in y'all's ears. Okay, we got a couple of reactors. We got us a warehouse. Got each of the storage types. I'm going to assume that's a scan booster. What do we have going on over here? What does this thing do? ZeeOgree's Outpost Management Terminal. Dark Star Multi-Bench Activator. I guess I'll check that out. We'll click on some of that. Can I go in the door here? What happens when I go in here? What do we got going on in here? We got us a workshop patch. Oh, okay. So that you go into a workshop there. Alright. There was something similar to that over here. Did I just miss it? Probably. Yeah, workshop patch. This feature's still under construction. Check back soon. Alrighty. Well, I thought it was fully featured. So that's just your outpost management terminal. Select an option to spawn and enter that workbench. Seriously? So it just spawns the workbench. I use the workbench and the workbench goes away. I mean, it's sort of cool, but not really my thing. Let's try it with the research station. Research station lets you discover new crafting, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we know what that does. Okay, so it spawns us in a workspace. Okay, so all this is a terminal that lets me use all the workbenches. Okay. I mean, I see how that's neat. So instead of having all your workbenches out here modeled, you know, and instead of modeling all of them, having them all and each of them a space, you just come to this terminal and you get the essential use of all the workbenches. That's cool for like a space limited thing, and I can see how it'd be convenient for some folks. Personally, I like the modeled in workbenches. And who knows, maybe that's what, maybe this will make an area where you go and you have your workbenches. I'm not sure. Like I said, this is a live, quick look at the Outpost Constellation terminal drop. I think it looks neat. I've not looked into the scripting and everything that it adds in yet. I'm not throwing off on all the benches being in one screen. I see the convenience of that. It's super cool. Sorry, I had a pop-up on my screen. It just unnecessary, not related to anything that we're doing here. Had to get rid of that. Okay, so I already have the ZeeOgree's Outpost Material Terminal mod, and I use it generally. I do like having that right there. It's a convenient mod. If you're not using it, then you could just download this and you've got that built in there. That's really cool. It's basically a outpost terminal. And we just looked at this same function over here on the bigger terminal. And I'm going to assume this is going to tell us that this feature is still under development. Alright. Pretty neat. Let's work on a little bit of the outpost here since we're here anyway. Let's see here. While we're standing here, I'll read some of this. Alright. If you have Darkstar, the crate and facility will both automatically build a Darkstar vendor kiosk on the back. If you have SKK Universal Stash, it automatically build your transfer container and production container and hook it up to a provided storage container. We read all that. Inside the workshop, which is in Aquila City, across from the Stone Root Inn, you'll find ZeeOgree's workshop with all base game crafting, some storage, and fish tank and the war table. Huh. So, if I'm understanding this correctly, I'll end up going through this. And will that take me to Aquila? Like, more or less put me in his workshop? And then I'd have that other stuff. This covers scripts, quests, pack-in, how-to, but not the visual graphic elements or the So new features, Darkstar features, script driving, unlockable workbenches, and menu selectable benches was developed by Wicked with a bit of assistance from ZeeOgree. There's some sample workbenches in the workshop. This is presently accessible through a new door in Aquila City or by using the console and typing COC CDC workshop. We'll do that here in a minute. We demonstrate scripted injection in a variety of ways. The boost pack fixer will get placed in the OMT vendor inventory as well as in the player inventory on load start. Some Darkstar items get injected into the inventory as well as player inventory as well. Outpost material terminal features the kiosk script driving. The terminal in front of the drop crate features a few modifications from the standard kiosk vendor script and is the core script behind Outpost material terminal. Outpost tutorial series features. The drop crate and drop facility themselves have backstory and quest unlocks to tie into a more immersive, lore-friendly experience. Examples for making these full LOD pack-ins, blah 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 blah. Examples provided pack-ins. Well, I just feel like I'm missing a lot of stuff here. And maybe I'm missing the point. I do understand that it's largely used. My view here's gotten all messed up. There we go. Alright. And this is pretty cool. I mean, I can see how you can drop this into an outpost and you got your You know, like if you weren't wanting to use all the extra scripting stuff, I can see how that's cool. We're gonna have to check out that workbench or the Keela thing as well. We'll add in some more other stuff to the outpost here. And I feel like I'm so missing the point on a lot of this. Maybe I should have done a little bit more investigation before I hopped in here and slapped this stuff down in the outpost. We're going to still take a look at it anyway. So what's this console command we need to do? Let's go ahead and save the game in case we crash the crap out of it. And let's see here. I lost my spot. Console command. Control C. Or by using the console command. Alright. COC CDC workshop, I do believe is what they said. Alright. And we're here in Aquila City at the workshop. I think the hatch in the game is supposed to take me here. And I wonder if the scripting would take me back to the same outpost that I had just been in. I wonder. Let's see, so we can decorate and build in here. We got an industrial workbench. Kind of got some Dark Star flavoring to it, it looks like. We got weapon workbench. Also appears to have some Dark Star flavoring. I don't have Dark Star, but that looks very similar to the stuff I've seen for them. Spacesuit workbench. I really need to try the Dark Star out. I need to do like a whole playthrough just based on Dark Star. But there's so many mods that I currently use that are just so much a part of my playthrough, and the Dark Star experience is different. So I don't know how that would all interact with each other. We got us a fridge here. So, okay, we'll go ahead and check out craft chems. We can do our chem crafting. We can do our research crafting. Well, it looks like it's nav mesh in here. Rosie's willing to have a seat. And we can do our cooking. That's just going to pop me out into Aquila, I guess. Here's the war table that it shows in my outpost that I can build. I don't know what function this table has. What function does it have? What does it do? There's a crimping tool. Does it do anything, or is it just something to look at? Feed. Okay. Aquarium lights. We can turn some lights on. Like, outside of looking really cool, what function does it have? I mean, it looks really cool. Turn the lights on and off. It is very pretty. I like it. Everything reflects really well off of it, that's for certain. And the war table, outside of looking really cool. What am I missing here? What happens that I don't get? Because I don't see anything other than just a really cool looking table. Like, is that supposed to have a function? The outpost buildable war table and aquarium are featured in the workshop, as well as buildable in your outposts. The interior, the drop crates look like they do things, sir. They are stunning. It is beautiful. But does it have a function besides just being a cool war table to look at? Like, you know, I mean, because it's really cool. I'm not taking nothing away from Tank Girl. That's awesome. But I just want to make sure I'm not missing something. They appear to be pretty objects to look at. and that's it that I can tell. If somebody sees this video or watches the live, because I'm going to make this into the actual review that I post as well, probably, or I might just leave this as it is. I don't know yet. You can tell me if I'm missing something, but it's really pretty. It's freaking stunning. Check out the fishies. See the fishies? I don't know how it's showing up in the stream with all the reflection, but see the fishies? It's really pretty. And the war table is really nicely done. I like it. It's a pretty baller little outpost they got. But as far as functionality, I don't see any, so I don't know what the deal with that is other than looking really cool. Alright, we'll go out these doors here in a second. So we got all our crafting tables and benching stuff like that in here. Got us a bed. Can't function on the bed. We have a big giant bed, but you can't sleep on the bed. Are you kidding me? I would highly suggest we make that a functioning bed. Got us a nice research. I like the way that looks. Got a really cool look to it. Like you stepping up that big terminal there. That looks nice. I really like that. And I love the star map. I also have the MacGyver's. You can buy these. See that MacGyver.com right there? You can actually buy these IRL and have that in your home. Super nice made. So if you don't know that, check that out at MacGyver.com. That's actually something you can buy. That's a real world asset. Alright. It's also where those outpost posters come from that we were looking at in the other ones. But that is a real world asset. You can buy it and you can have that in your home. Or I'm tripping one, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Okay, so that seems to be the workshop. And we have another one. Why would we have the multi-bench activator when we have all the benches right here? I'm not knocking it, not hating on it. I'm just saying it could be convenient use for some folks. I'm sure some people would rather do it that way. I like the immersive going up to it. That's just me. Personal choice. Alright, so what do we have in here? Okay, we do have functioning beds in here. So you can sleep. So that's cool. So even though this big giant really looks like this should be where the captain's chilling, bed should be functional, is not functional. If you want to get the same idea, you know, you want your character to have a place to sleep, they can come over here and they can get a rest there on the bunk beds, which provides the function you need. I ain't hating on it at all. Got us some storage here. Got us a couple of mannequins. I'm going to assume they persist. What else have we got? That appears to be the workshop. Let's go. There was another door we've not checked out. Where was that at? There we go. We got a door there. And a door here. That one's inaccessible. And that one unlocks ZeeOgree's workshop key. ZeeOgree's outpost material terminal. And if I want to decorate, I have all my decoration menu here, so I can do my own interior decorating if there's something I want to do differently. It doesn't appear that I can take their stuff out, but I can add to, so that's nice. I like that we have our own additions here, because I mean, if we're going to use this in game, let's go ahead and decorate some things that I know I will need in here if I'm actually going to use this. Would be, we're going to slap us down a legendary module recycler. Slap that down right here. I said I would slap that down right. Oh yes. I don't have any resources on me. let me fix that real quick. We can do some cheating. We can add some. I have some batch files to add. Resources and stuff if I'm somewhere doing a review or whatever. Or it is a single player game if I just want to not chase the world over. Alright. Where do I want to put? I want to put a universal storage in here, but where do I want to put it? Alright, there's where I want to put it. Thank you, Betamax. We're going to come down here. I know I'm doing a review for a different mod, but we're going to use Betamax's functional decor. We're going to go to wall locker. Now, what I think is going to suck is check this out. I bet. See, I've used this. I used that batch command to add a bunch of resources. This has unlimited resource holding, which is why I made it. So I can just go ahead and drop all those resources I just brought in through those batch files in there. Now this will work for any builder I make or add to this area, but I bet it doesn't work with the builders that are already here. It might. Let's try. Alright, let's do something else. Let's go to... Yeah. Yep, see, I should have all kinds of things I can make. But that's just off what's on my inventory currently on me, personally. And not all the stuff I just stuck in the functional decor. Yep. So if I want to be able to use all these resources I just put in this item that I made here, which I don't think there's a universal storage in here that's like unlimited, where I can just plop down a whole bunch of resources and then use all these benches from that chest. Which that would be a super cool thing to stick in here, but you know, that would be handled if I was using SKK Universal Stash, which this mod works well with, and the scripting for it's built into it. So I'm going to say for people using SKK Universal Stash and Darkstar that this mod is going to have so much more functionality and feature richness to go with it than, say, in my use case where I'm not using those two mods, which is fine. The more I'm messing around here, the more I like it, especially if this can take me back to the outpost I was at somehow, which I don't see. I don't know the scripting or where I would go to interact to go back. I'm probably just going to have to get myself back to, probably going to have to fast travel back to my outpost to get back to it, I bet. Alright. But if I want to use any of these resources, all I have to do is build my own crafting table or whatever in here, and I'll be able to access all of that stuff. So, back to building, slapping me in a legendary module recycler in here, because I'm going to want one of those in here. Now we have some resources available. I think this is a good home for it right here. This is a nice spot for it. Right here. Well, I said right there. Okay, there we go. And what else are we going to want in here? I'm going to end up adding all kinds of things in here eventually, I'm sure, but you got to have, it's a workshop, you got to have an alien egg incubator in here. And we also absolutely have to have, we're going to be using this thing. Okay, check that out. It adds that multi-bench activator. Even though I'm not hating on that Darkstar, I don't want anybody to hear this thing and act like I'm hating on this multi-bench activator, because it is really cool. Like if you was building something and you wanted a space limited deal and you wanted all your workbenches, you just slap that joker up there and you got all your workbenches. As a matter of fact, since I'll be placing this one, I bet, watch this, I don't have to place all new workbenches. I bet if I do this and I slap this guy right here, I bet since I've added that myself, it will pull from the resources that I have. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet? Let's look at like a cooking station. Well, I didn't make a bunch of food, so that ain't gonna work. Let's industrial workbench. Oh man, it doesn't give me the option to change my filter. That's useless for me. Unless it has an option for me to change which filter I'm using, which I'm pretty sure it's not gonna. See, I used a new item. I used the workbench filter framework, whatever it's called, new weapon workbench filter, new workbench filter framework, whatever it's called, I don't know. But anyway, it gives the option for the industrial workbench to have different filters basically. And so like I can't choose the filter. See, this is not working well with that. There needs to be a patch for that of some sort, or just don't use industrial workbench if you're using workbench filter framework. That and that don't seem to play well together. They're not broken. I just can't choose a different industrial workbench. So let's go ahead and look at something else here. We'll go to the pharmaceutical lab. Yeah. So it does work the way I intended with it's going to pull the resources that I stuck in the new container that I put in here from Betamax's. So this will interact with that because I placed it. But if I go over here to the one that's already here, I don't think I'll have the same options. See, I don't have the same options because it's not tying into the container that I added. See, this one's not tying into the existing stuff to the world. And that's not a knock to the mod or anything. That's just the way it exists and functions. Like anywhere, anytime. I was just explaining that for anybody who adds this in or wants to do something similar themselves. There may be a patch for Dark Star multi-bench activator and the new workbench filter framework, NWFF, I think it's called. This is all off the top of my head in memory, so bear with. It's not the greatest ever. Okay. But there we go. So there's my other workbenches. I'll slap me down an industrial workbench in here somewhere. One that's more matching to the workbenches I usually use. Where do I want to put it? I know where I'll put it. Put it right there on top of that. Alright, so I'm going to go here. I have a lot of different variations of the weapon workbench. One of my favorites to use is the ones from the Wicked Workshop series. And there's several in this. So we're going to grab us one of the industrial versions. And then I'll have the problem solved from not having my resources available. And it's not a knock against the mod that we're reviewing here. It's just kind of just the way things work in the game. There we go. I want to use that one. Or I said I wanted to use that one. It's not going to place there, is it? It looks goofy sitting there like that. We're not going to do that. And I don't like it there either. Okay, we'll use a different one. We'll just put it on the cart. And we'll slap the cart here somewhere. light right there. That's a good handy spot. It's too close to that activator. I try not to put activators all on top of each other. I like to give a little bit of space between them. I think it would function better that way. That's a good spot for the card. Now I have an industrial workbench. And I knocked a ladder over. Oh, I'm tearing up stuff. Alright. So this is the workbench area that I think those activators will teleport you to. I think's how that's going to work. But you need to have a way to teleport back to your outpost you were just at. Other than like, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing it. Let my guy have a seat here. Think this through so we can feed them. Got the war table. Feel like we're missing stuff. It's not a bad mod. It's a great mod. It's got a lot of functionality. I am sure I am overlooking. I am sure I am doing a disservice to ZeeOgre, Wicked, Tank Girl, and Downfall Nemesis. All excellent mod authors. All have stuff that I've used. Even though I'm not using Dark Star's overhaul, I've used some Dark Star stuff. Got no problem with Dark Star. Say ZeeOgree's material outpost. We've decorated. And I don't see a way to teleport back to our outpost other than like a fast travel type situation. What's my inventory situation looking like? I can fast travel, so that's good. Alright. Let's see where this takes us into Aquila City at. So maybe if you needed a way to get to Aquila City, that's one way to do it.
One day we'll crack sophisticated AI. Only
So
a matter of time.
ZeeOgree's workshop is here at Stone Root End at Alden Wright's workshop. Alright, here's Alden Wright's. And this is ZeeOgree's workshop right here in Aquila. So if you don't know where that's at in Aquila, you're coming from the east gate. The core is that way. The stretch is down there below. This is like the ghetto area. This is like front end. This is the center of the town. ZeeOgree's workshop you'll come to is right here. Alright. Let's get back to our outpost. Let's save just in case we have some funkiness. Alright. Let's get back to our outpost. It was over here on Denoble at 1B. I feel like there's stuff that I'm totally missing out. And I also don't understand why I'm missing the... I didn't have all... Let's go back to the outpost. This is a terrible review. The mod's not terrible. The review that you're being given is atrocious. And I apologize. But I'm still going to ask you to like and subscribe because I'm just like that, right? Let's go ahead and land at the Denoble 1B. Alright, let's get back over here and take a land. And I'll use my little back crafting and resources stuff to cheat me up some resources here. We'll add a functional decor over here. I mean, I'm playing with it a little bit. I'm starting to see some stuff with it. I need to see what other scripting I'm missing out on because I know I'm bound to be missing some stuff that is definitely happening in the game. Let's pop us up some resources here that we're going to need. Alright. Let's go ahead and use good old Betamax here with his functional decor. And this is just my go-to favorite wall locker. I slap one on every outpost somewhere. So that way we can do some real building. Do not want to build it? Is any of this buildable on? Okay, that was unexpected. I expected one of these services to totally accept that. Okay, not a biggie. What? There's a invisible wall of some sort right there. There's something. Probably something that can come in from like the Dark Star pack-ins or something maybe. I don't know. But that area is reserved for something that I can't see. Alright. Let's build us a hab. You know what? We're going to need a place to land anyway, so we might as well go ahead and add us in shipbuilding landing pad with a shipbuilder from Betamax Outpost. We can go with the round one. We got the big one. I like this big square guy here, but I may not have space for him. Let's see. Well, it's going to be hard pressed to get him in the Caldera, ain't it? Yeah, we might crash the game trying that. They're getting janky. It's not wanting to do all that. FPS drop all to get out. Down to 9. Wasn't doing that when I was moving this around before. Whoa, that's crushing. What is going on? Let's just get out of that. It did not like that. I've not experienced that before with this. Yeah, it's not liking that at all. Maybe it could be because where we're at. Okay, let's get off of that altogether. Still need a landing pad regardless. Where do we want to put one? I'll figure out where I want to put it and then I'll determine the one I want to put. Could do Wicked Workshops. One that's got the field trader in it. Let's look at that one. And it could be that we're up here on this caldera and the spacing. I don't know. I don't know why. I've never went to put that shipbuilder down before and experienced such a frame FPS drop from it before, so I don't know, that was new. I've not been building a lot of outposts lately, so I gotta remember where this thing's at. That's what I'm looking for. Can I get this joker built up here somewhere? Man, anything I'm trying to build up here on top of this caldera, shipbuilder wise, is just landing pad wise, it's just not wanting to play nice. I mean, I know it's big and wasn't the best idea I've ever had. We'll make it work. There we go. We're gonna have the Starborn landing pad with shipbuilder. How far over can I get it? I've not built this one yet. This is from Betamax's Starborn Outpost mod. So I've never built this one. So this is new too to me. I'm gonna build it right there. And I think it works because it floats. Yep. That is cool as all get out. Well done, Betamax. I know we're here to review a different mod altogether, but that is cool. That is so cool. I'm having a hard time staying on it. I am so sorry. I apologize, y'all. I'm supposed to be reviewing a different mod, and I'm totally getting sidetracked like all get out. But I'm having fun, and that's half of what I do all this for. The other half is to shine a positive light on Starfield and Bethesda games because they both deserve it, and I'm tired of all the negativity. That's really cool. Alright. But this did not accomplish what I was wanting to do. Outpost. Alright, now let's go ahead and build us an actual structure here somewhere. Let's build us a tower hab here. That's where we're gonna have our stuff. We're gonna put us a tower hab right here beside of this. Which way do we want to look out? We don't want the clutter one. We want... Yeah, we'll take the airlock clutter hab. I don't feel like decorating it. Alright, there we go. Now let's put some of this stuff up before I have some random stupid AI come over here and smack me and kill me. I totally deserve that. I got Tommy with me. I ain't got no need to fear no AI. I might come back and start the stream not for the review of this because I don't want it to drag into things that are not about the ZeeOgree's, because we're still on that even though I'm building this outpost here. I'm wanting to see if I can utilize that and, you know, let that power stuff, but in the meantime I gotta do something with all these resources. Bet it's boring to watch me. Right here, we can do it right here. Betamax. I could have done this on the bottom. I don't know why I climbed all the way up here. I'm just being stupid. This is functional decor. That's where I'm wanting to go. Where's my storage crate? Wall mount. Wall locker. Alright. We can build stuff now. Yay. Whatever we wants to build, we have access now. Alright. Hey, while we're here, anybody who's never looked at Betamax Tower Hab, real quick, I'm not going to do a full on because I actually have a review on my channel if you'd like to take a look. Real quick, you get this. This is a clutter one. It's kind of already got some stuff for you. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. For a real review, I actually have a real review of the Tower Habs on my playlist. So check that out. Alright. So, I don't know what all I'm missing, but I'm quite certain I'm missing some information. And it doesn't want to... That transition right there could definitely be better. Alright, evidently once I close the door, I'm environmentally sound. Maybe. Yeah, see, it needs a way to go from and fast travel you back and forth from here to there. Like, I don't know how to make that better. Feel like we're totally missing some stuff, but There we go. All right. Yeah, like I said, I feel like we're totally missing some stuff here. We're all back over here and look at a little bit of this real quick. Constellation drop carry, blah, blah, blah. I've read a lot of that. Well, I guess it's there. If somebody wants to pop in here and tell me what I'm missing, because I'm sure I am missing some stuff, but this was a live look at ZeeOgree's Constellation drop crate. I think it works well. Looks like it has some functionality it needs to be finished and added in, or there's a quest, or there's something that I'm missing to get this to work. I think this is supposed to transport you to, and I could be totally wrong about that, but I think the idea is that will teleport you to the workshop we were at before, and this little bit of whatever is not here, that's not this invisible something that's not being rendered right here. See, it's keeping my character from moving. I can't go forward right there, and if you remember, it would have let me put the wall locker right there. It would have let me put it there floating. So there's something here. I'm assuming it's for the Dark Star stuff, but it's kind of lame that it leaves a little pack in action right there if you don't have that stuff installed. I don't know if it cause functionality problems later or not. I have no idea. No clue. I don't know enough about that stuff, and I'm not knocking it, because ZeeOgre, Wicked, Downfall, Nemesis, and Tank Girl are four of the best modders in the Starfield modding community. You can chalk them up there, and with Larian Car, Betamax, Will Nye's coming on strong. He's learning. He's getting into a lot of stuff. Uh, Wicked Workshop. You know, these are all mod authors that I think a lot of. Zone 79, X2357. These are all mod authors that when they put out stuff, I don't hesitate to download their stuff if I want to try it out. Like, I don't worry about it breaking my game, because none of their stuff has ever broke my game. I broke my game, but it wasn't because of anything they did. All right. So this is a quick look at it. Please, if you see something in the comments that I'm missing, or if Wicked, ZeeOgre, Tank Girl, Downfall Nemesis, if any of you guys pop in here and see some stuff that I'm missing, because I feel like I am overlooking a whole lot. I do like how you can plop this down, and you've got the basis of your outpost. Like, if you wanted to come in and do, like, boom, I want to get me a quick outpost popping, you could drop this or that, and then drop in your ship builder, drop in a couple of resource gathering things, transfer container, and boom, not transfer container, but a cargo link, and boom, you got an outpost set up, ready to roll, ready to rock, everything you need. So I mean, it's super cool for that. I like how it ties in some stuff. Hey, there's that MacGyver.com. I do suggest checking that out. That's a really cool website. And I do like the multi-bench. I know earlier in the stream it sounded like I didn't. I do like that. It's just also like walking up to individual ones. I'd be interested to know if I had Dark Star, if that's what this invisible thing I'm bumping into right here is. And that about sums it up for this little quick look at ZeeOgree's Constellation drop crate. I feel like I'm missing some of the scripting functions, and I also feel like I need to tie this in a little bit better, or there's a quest, or there's something that I'm missing. I will be going back off stream and looking around, seeing if I can find out what information I don't have. I'll try to update it with better information when I do have it. I appreciate anybody who came in and took a look at this. This was a quick look at ZeeOgree's Constellation drop crate. If you found this interesting, useful, or any value in it all, please hit like and subscribe. If you didn't, I understand, because I didn't do a good job reviewing this, and these mod authors deserve better than what I gave them on this one. So I appreciate you all coming in. I say go ahead and download it. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I got a feeling if there's functionality they're wanting to add, they will get that functionality added, because we're talking about some top level mod authors here. They're not fly by night gonna drop this and never be in the community again. These are long haul, been here, gonna be here mod authors. Let's see here. I was trying to remember where. I bet it was under miscellaneous, wasn't it? I wonder if I can build the war table and stuff now that I couldn't before, or if they're just there to be. I don't know. Storage. It wasn't under storage. Where was that at? Was it under displays? No. Miscellaneous. Don't think it was there. Could have been. Was not. Builders. Not there. Ah, I didn't mean to do that. I'm just going through each of the different things now and just looking at all the different categories. Just make sure I haven't missed something simple that I should be seeing. I like how you can put that anywhere now. I like that they added that in. The more I think about it, the more I like it. There we go. It's in the furniture section. But you still can't. It just says missing resource, don't it? When I try to build it. Is that what it's going to say? Or is it going to let me build it? Going to let me build it this time? Because these are furnitures. They are just something to look at. They look cool. Cannot build, missing resources. Is it just in my menu as something to look at now? Because I'm not interested in just having something else in my menu that I can see as, ooh, look, we can make the pretty thing. I do not mean that disrespectfully. I need to know why I can't build that. Because I don't need it in my resources just to have a spot taking up a spot. Alright, but that's what I got going on. Hopefully you guys can find something interesting in this at some point in time. We're gonna wrap this stream up here, and apologies for not doing a better job at it, right? Oh man, I've been this whole time talking and I've been on the wrong screen. Wonderful, wonderful. I forgot to switch back to this view. What an absolute shat review. So what had been a bad review is an even worse review, because now I don't know how long I was on the wrong screen. Wonderful. Wonderful. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up because I've just irritated myself beyond belief. Pro Streamer. If you find any value in this, please like and subscribe.